What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld, and right now we're going to be talking about how EA Sports once again ruins Madden 23, and it's very, very obvious. I'm going to walk you guys through some of my most recent raid sales so you guys can understand what's going on. Many of you are starting to catch on and see what's happening. The game sucks, right? So you got to be able to adjust very, very quickly. Now, let me explain some of the things that are going on the defensive side of the ball. In my opinion, there are only a few cards that actually play differently than other ones, right? So, quite honestly, you got to pick and choose and get rid of cards quite frequently. Back when Madden was still coming up and they weren't as big as a cash cow as they are now, players were never nerfed. All of the players that you bought, I can go back to like Madden 25, Madden 15, 16. You will see me using the same cards pretty much until they released another version of that card with higher speed. EA realized, yo, what am I doing? We're in the business of taking care of these dudes and taking their cash. We gotta nerf these dudes and make them suck so that people will go out and spend more money. All right, so look, Randy Moss, let me just walk you through it. Randy Moss was removed from the squad because he refuses to play defense he just won't play defense. So he was gone. Okay, now what does he do? He's one of those corners that on a streak, he will randomly slow down for no reason and just trail very, very slowly behind the receiver and never get to him with the KO. And some of the corners naturally do that. He's one of them. I don't know why that's in the game, but it's a part of the game. You guys know what I'm talking about. They'll like touch the receiver. It's similar to when you're playing on offense, right? And you throw the ball to your receiver and you click onto your receiver and you bump into the defender and you lose all your stamina. He usually does that on the defensive side of the ball. So we had to get rid of him. We tried him at safety. All of a sudden, he started playing like every other safety, just being trash. We got rid of him. Julius Peppers, 2 games, he was gone. I lowered his price by about 200K to kind of like see what was going on with it and just went from there. But ultimately, he sucked, and he was just like every other safety. With Acrobat and Pick Artist, Acrobat very, very rarely lit up. He did not do anything in regards to, trying to make a play. He was awful. All right, he sucked. And this is a major, major problem. And I think that what happens is, as you play the game and you see that all the players play the same for certain positions, you just try to get whoever's the cheapest and just wait it out. Again, I've been saying this over the last couple of videos. Keep players that maintain their value even when they suck. But be careful when a player is too expensive. Because once that price plummets, you're done. And just look out, like I said, with the fan appreciation and all that stuff, these are the things that make prices drop. And once they drop, you're just done. So just be very, very careful with that. So that's why we got rid of that guy. Michael Strahan, he gets Tackle Supreme for 0. Tackle Supreme is a very, very widely used ability because most people like myself are going to come out with a running back that has a starting X factor. Okay? And you have to make the play. All of a sudden, the gap, aka Michael Strahan, has been absolutely trash. Do I know why this is happening? I do not. I don't have any idea why this guy sucks like that. I have no idea, but he sucks. So I put him in for a couple games, and the dude literally just gets stood up every play. He just gets stood up. Nobody knows why it's happening. Okay, nobody really understands it, but it just goes on in the game. So those are 3 raid cells within 24 hours. All right, so this is what EA's plan is. Some cards are just going to be broken from the beginning, and that's it. There's nothing you can do about it. But some cards will maintain some type of, sustenance. Like they'll be decent enough for you to be able to hold on to them for a little bit, right? Now, let's talk about those players and what we did. Now, Ed Reed is garbage. Okay, look, I'm going to tell you straight out, he's 3'6", he sucks. But what I did was I removed Acrobat from my safety, and I went with mid-zone. And I'm going to explain to you what's been happening with this guy. And we've only done it for like a couple games. But already in the first game, I immediately noticed a difference. This is what goes on. EA Sports realized that Acrobat was so OP a couple years ago, it was their job to make sure that it was harder to use. It's actually really broken in this game, especially on deep passes with the safety. So what happens is this, right? They've stopped allowing the safeties to immediately react with Acrobat. Out of nowhere. And I know you guys noticed it. People just throw right at the user and they don't animate. They just stand there, right? When you run a KO, okay, I switched to mid-zone KO. All of a sudden, all right, we're getting knockouts. Now, it's going to vary. It's absolutely going to vary based on where the player is, you know, how it's working out. But this right here, the deep out zone and the mid zone, they're not going to launch. But what happens is there's a high chance that if you play a guy with no eye sockets and no kneecaps and they go to the gym and do squats and they throw the ball right at you, you will at least get a knockout at the safety position. Now, again, EA has ruined the game because all of the players play the same. For instance, this guy has 99 play rec. He might as well not even know where he is on the field. You can throw right at him every play. There is no reaction. Okay? Nothing is going on. He has a 99 awareness. He's about as aware as a dead raccoon on the side of the road. Okay? So, because that's the way that it is, and everybody plays the same, the only difference is the abilities that you put on them. So all I'm going to tell you, and like I said, throughout the year, we've gone from, you know, acrobat on the safety to taking it off because the dudes are diving randomly like idiots and we don't know why, to, you know, adding it, removing it, adding it, removing it. It seems like as long as the abilities are playing the way they are this late in the year, this is the move. All right? Deep out KO and mid zone. Because everybody plays the same. So I know that Ed Reed is undersized and we really don't go with that. But, you know, usually we don't really go with the undersized dudes, but we have to in this regard. Okay? Now, as far as Ronnie Lott is garbage. Okay? He's trash. I was going to actually add mid-zone to him and see how he plays, but right now we have Deion Sanders. And I'm going to tell you why. Deion Sanders is a broken card in this game, and he's broken because what EA Sports does, no matter what happens, he's going to make a tackle. I don't care what's going on. Dude, one-on-one, him and Thanos, dude, I'm taking Deion every chance in Madden. Like, it's just what it is, right? So he kind of helps out a little bit in the run game as well. Even though his body doesn't translate into somebody that should be doing that, that's what happens with him, okay? Ronnie Lott, they actually destroyed his card and gave him as much hit power as a dead cricket. So because he has a 93 hit power and he sucks, we can't really put him in a situation where we expect him to do what he's supposed to do, because EA obviously doesn't respect the dude that in a real game ripped his own finger off, ate it, and went back out in the field and just did whatever he wanted to do. All that is alleged, by the way, but he did have something going on with the finger. But listen, the bottom line is this guy is relatively useless because of the fact that he's not really Ronnie Lott. He's like a clone, dude. You know what I'm saying? He's not really doing what he's supposed to do. So with everything going on right now, the only difference that I would, tell you guys to probably do is the safety position. Please, as far as safeties go, all you have to do is to make sure that right now you go for the knockout as opposed to the acrobat. I know it's annoying, but at least you'll be able to get a knockout and the ball will stay where it's supposed to, as opposed to your guy just not reacting and people just throwing it right at your user every single play. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think. I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. One love, y'all.